If an angel came down to you today and told you that she had one thing that you could do that would help you have more happiness, more energy, and more enthusiasm in your life, would you listen? I mean, who of us wouldn't want to be more happy? And wouldn't we all want more energy? Wouldn't that help us better complete the tasks of the day? Would it help you to have more motivation to train for your sport? Would it help you to be able to start and run your business and have the energy to do that? Would it help you to be able to foster lifelong relationships? And even if you didn't want more happiness or more energy, you surely want more enthusiasm. Especially during times like this, it would help us to face our challenges with a better attitude. So I'm not an angel coming down to you today, but I do know what that angel might suggest that would bring you these benefits. And that is to take time to express creativity. I learned this last semester in a class. I learned the importance of creativity. I learned it in an engineering club, and I learned it as I created longboards in the Cofer's garage as a kid. Now, I hope to explain this to you today by explaining some of the studies that have shown the positive benefits of creativity. Then, I will explain how each of us are inherently creative people. And then I'll share some of the ways that we can express creativity in our lives. So, there's a lot more than just fluff behind these promised benefits of creativity that I'm sharing with you. There's a famous psychologist named Sonia Lyubomirsky, and in her studies, she studies the happiness level that we can attain as humans. And in her study, she found that 50% of our happiness level is determined by our genetics. So we can't change that, unfortunately. However, of the remaining 50%, only 10% of that is determined by our circumstances. The other 40% is determined by our intentional activities. So we have the choice and we have the control over how happy we can be. And today I suggest that being creative and expressing creativity in our lives every day will help us to raise our happiness level. So a study published in the Journal of Psychology followed a group of young adults at a college in New Zealand. The study tracked their creative efforts along with the emotions that came along with that. And the results of the study was this. People who engage in creative pursuits today felt significantly more energetic, enthusiastic, and excited the next day. Daily creative activity also led to feeling calm, content, relaxed, happy, cheerful, and pleasant. Now, aren't these things that we all want, especially right now as we're sitting at home, cooped up? These are positive emotions that could help us every day to maintain a positive activity now, and in the future to have those benefits in work, in school, and in our daily lives will bring us an added measure of joy and happiness. I've even seen this in my own life. Aside from the studies, I've seen it in my own life. If you go to my apartment, you go to my messy desk, you'll see in the corner of the desk a little stack of papers. And on those papers, you'll see a bunch of drawings that probably don't make sense to anybody else but me. You see little things that are written down, and those are times when I have taken the opportunity to be creative. And I take those opportunities because they help me to reduce stress and to deal with anxiety in my life. And so I definitely believe that there definitely are positive benefits to being creative. So I know what some of you might be thinking. I'm just really not a creative person. That's just not me. And I'm here to tell you that that's not true. I'm reading a book right now called Creative Confidence. It's written by the founders of IDEO, which is a world-renowned design firm known for creating things such as the early Apple mouse, which changed computing totally. And in the book, they explain why many of us believe that we aren't creative. They said that when kids are really young, they express a lot of creativity. They love to draw, they love to cook, they love to learn new skills. But they come to an age where they start to compare their creative efforts to others, or their efforts are criticized by others, and they start to decide that they're not creative people, and that's the reason why so many people in the world today believe that they are not creative. But that's, like I said before, that's not true. Take, for example, the creation. We all know the story of the creation of the world. God, through the Son, through His Son, created the world. He created the earth, He created the heavens, He created the dirt, the stars, the ocean, and most importantly, He created us in His own image. We are created in the image of the ultimate creator, and thus by definition we are creative beings. We are designed to be creative, we are meant to be creative, especially now as we are here on earth learning to become like our Heavenly Father, the ultimate creator. So now, don't be stressed. To be creative, you don't have to create a masterpiece. Creativity doesn't equal being artistic all the time. Elder Uchtdorf, in a talk in General Conference, he spoke of creativity, and he defines creativity and what it can mean in our lives. He says, the bounds of creativity extend far beyond the limits of a canvas or a sheet of paper and do not require a brush, a pen, or the keys of a piano. Creation means bringing into existence something that did not exist before. Colorful gardens, harmonious homes, family memories, and flowing laughter. He goes on to give a few more examples of how we can be creative. He says, try to see how many smiles you can create, write a letter of appreciation, learn a skill, identify a space, and beautify it. There are many ways we can be creative that is different than being artistic. One of the things I suggest we do now, as we are cooped up in our houses, is to call a friend. Create a day for them that's much better than it would have been having them, sit alone. So, as I wrap up, I just want to remind you guys of a few things. Number one, the studies have shown that being creative brings positive benefits into our life. Number two, we are all creative beings, and that is backed up by the gospel of Jesus Christ. And number three, being creative doesn't mean being artistic. There are varied ways to be creative. So today I invite all of you to try something new, to be creative each day in your life. And I promise you that as you do that you will find those increased benefits of happiness, enthusiasm, and energy. Thank you.